guys, it's Tori. So today I am doing my top 10 palettes, or like if my entire collection was taken away from me and I could only keep 10 palettes, which palettes would I keep? I'm not exactly sure like which one I'm going to title it, but it's basically the same thing. So I'm going to be showing you my 10 palettes, and I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of hard to pick 10. Not in the sense of like, oh, I wanted more than 10. It was hard for me to think of 10. Like I came up with 7 like super easy, and then like there were the last 3 I was kind of like, I don't know, you know what I mean? So with all that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my face, and let's get into my 10 palettes. So these palettes are in no particular order, just because I literally had no, like, I couldn't rank them. Like, I just can't. But my first one is the At Forest Sight palette by ColourPop and Raw Beauty Kristi, and you can no longer get this. But when I tell you, I'm obsessed with this palette. I'm obsessed with this palette. It is just amazing, and I am going to do a few swatches for you guys today, just because I like never do swatches, and I want you guys to see like why I truly love these so much. I literally just got eyeshadow everywhere, but here is a few of the swatches. This palette is just literally like everything. Let me swatch this green shade for you. Look at that. Beautiful, perfect fall earthy tones. Like, this palette is seriously just amazing. I used this so much last year. Like, I can't even explain to you how much I used that eyeshadow palette. I used it just all the time, and I definitely want to film with it for you guys at some point. I just have had other videos I wanted to film first, but yes, my first palette is the At Forest Sight by ColourPop and Raw Beauty Kristi. My second eyeshadow palette is the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. This is one that I just kind of grabbed because I couldn't think of something, so I was like, okay, I know I really love the formula in this. I really like the colors. I used this a lot when I first got it. So this is what the inside looks like. I don't know. I love the formula. I love the palette. The packaging's cute, the concept is really cute, but it's just not one that like I'm, oh my god, I can't live without it, but I definitely would like to have it in my collection if I had the option. Just gonna do a few swatches for you guys. These aren't gonna be probably quite as pigmented just because they are neutrals, but here's a few swatches. This palette is really pretty. I got it on sale. I think I bought mine for like $17 or something at Sephora last year. I don't know why it was on sale, but I am really glad that I have it in my collection. Okay, my next palette is one that I couldn't live without. Like, it wouldn't work for me. That is my Kaleidos Club Nebula palette. This palette has changed my life this year. I'm so glad that I was just like, okay, it's pretty. Do I need it? Do I not need it? Do I need it? Do I need it? And I was like, okay, we're just gonna buy it just because I want to support Angelica and I want to try out this brand. I'm so beyond happy that I just bought it because this is just everything. Look at that. You can't tell me that that is not beautiful. This is like my top palette of the year. All year. It's just, I just love it. Also, quickly look at my nails. Appreciation for the cute little fall nails. Ooh. But yeah, I can't say enough good things about this palette. Like, so creamy, so pigmented. Like, I have nothing bad to say about this palette. Like, you just, I don't know. It's just literally amazing. Look at those. You can't tell me that's not just dreamy. Like, that is just those shimmers, the mattes, like everything about this palette is perfect. And if you didn't get your hands on it, I truly am so sorry. My next palette is also one that I definitely would say that I can't live without, just because this is like my go-to neutral glam everyday palette. Like if I need warm tones and just a quick simple look, I know that I can go to my ABH Soft Glam. I've had this for a long time, like a long time, 3 years maybe, something like that. But when I tell you that I love her, I mean I love her. Like, she's used, she has been loved, and this palette is just one that I whip out for special occasions, and it's just truly, it's the perfect soft glam palette. There's a few swatches. The mattes are creamy, the shimmers are like creamy, and even though this is an old palette, like the shadows still perform perfectly and they still swatch perfectly. So I just feel like you can't go wrong with this palette, and I really do think that like everybody should have that palette, even if they really don't like neutral, simple, everyday glam shadows and they always do colorful. Girl, look at my eyes right now. I do colorful, okay, and I still think that you need that palette. Next, the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is the OG one from the very first launch. This bitch is old as hell. She like looks ratchet. She's old. She's old. But I wouldn't trade this for the world. I want to buy a new one just so I have a new one, you know what I mean? But I would never get rid of this one. Like, it's just the OG. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. And this palette has been used for homecomings, pageants, proms, everyday looks. Like, it's just been used for everything. Like, it really just has been used and abused, and I couldn't live without it, and I'd be absolutely horrified if anything ever happened to this, because this was the first Morphe palette I ever had, and it just holds a lot of memories for me. I think that is like, I don't even know. I don't remember when the first one came out. Was it 2017? 2016? I really don't remember when it came out, but whenever it first launched, that's when I bought that palette. So now we have all of my super colorful palettes. Some of these, well, 2 of these are newer to me, but I don't know. Okay, so this one, I just needed a filler palette, and I've been trying this out, and I really like it. It's like very Melt Morte vibes, and I think it was the Vitae and Morte, I don't remember, but it was like their 2019 holiday collection or whatever. But this is just sexiness in a palette. This is the Wilderness palette. I don't remember if I said that, but it's amazing. It's so good, and it's just a beautiful palette. Here's some swatches. Look how pigmented, and they're so creamy, and they're just beautiful, and I think that this is gonna be one of my all-time favorite palettes, because just look at that. Look at that. How could you not? It's just perfect for fall. It's perfect for anything. I quickly want to apologize for my annoying brother in the background. He's talking so loud, I told him to shut up, but he doesn't listen. Anyways, another new palette, the Michaela Glamline palette. I've used this so many times. I literally used this for my look today. If you're curious, I will tell you the shades I used. I used Freetown, Loop, Handy, and Stunnin'. Those are my colors. And it looks amazing, does it not? It does, doesn't it? I already know. I think I've used this like 6 times, 7 times, a handful of times. And I really like it. I really appreciate the shimmers. Like, I really appreciate the shimmers in here. Let's do some swatches. I don't know which colors to swatch. And the neutrals in here, they're also amazing. I really like the neutrals in here. Like, they're good. They're really good. Here's some swatches. You have some brights, neutrals, shimmers. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I really, really love this palette. I just think it's pigmented, blendable, beautiful array of shades. They're like not your typical colorful palette. Like, it's just different, and it has those neutrals, and it's just a really good palette. I really, really love this one, and I would like to say that I can't live without it. Seventh palette is my Beauty Bae X Me, Myself, and Mitchell palette. This was also one that I was like, I need another palette in my 10. But then I was like, okay, but like in reality, I loved this palette. Like, I loved it. You can't get it anymore, but this is just what it looks like. It doesn't look super used, but that's just because I take good care of my makeup. But when I tell you this is the only palette I used for probably like a solid like 6 months, I mean that. But here's some swatches. Super pretty. Look at that shimmer. Like, it is just so glittery and glitzy. But this palette really is amazing. Okay, we have 2 palettes left, and they kind of coincide with each other. It's the Be Perfect Carnival 3 palette, Love Tahiti. Mine is shattered, and it just keeps breaking more and more every time I open it. But this palette is just so pretty, and I have gotten a lot of use out of this palette. It's just like one of those palettes where like you just want to play with it, you know what I mean? Like, there's just so many good tones in here, and you're really not missing a lot. Like, it really has almost any color you need. So I really love this palette. This is definitely like in my top 5. Like, if I really actually had to number them, like, this would be in the top 5, just because it is such a beautiful palette, and the formula is amazing. My very last palette is my biggest palette of literally at all in general. This is my Be Perfect Carnival XL Pro palette. This is the Carnival 2. The outside packaging is super cute. And then this is the inside. This is like a toned down version of the Love Tahiti. I think the Love Tahiti is probably like more of a favorite, but I really like the neutrals in this one a lot. I also have gotten a lot of use out of this. I love this palette. It's amazing. They're feeling a little dry. But here's some swatches. Really, really pretty, beautiful. I don't ever use these highlighters because they don't fit my skin tone at all. But this palette is truly beautiful. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my face. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!